Yeah, Erica, will schools remain closed in Ontario for the remainder of the school year? It's a question many parents are asking. Now, the easy knee-jerk answer to that question is yes. There's only a couple more months left in the school year before the summer break. Though one of Ontario's most outspoken epidemiologists believes that there is hope for a return to in-person learning. And it's a conversation we should be having right now.
The easy answer is inertia, which is yes, they're closed, they're going to stay closed. I've raised the idea of what would it take to get schools open in June? Because if we don't have that conversation, then it's going to be impossible because we simply say it is rather than that we realize it is.
Schools across Ontario have been closed for nearly 3 weeks now. Much of the attention has shifted to the deadly third wave, the vaccine rollout, and other controversial measures announced by the Ford government. Though epidemiologist Colin Furness believes if 3 things fall into place, we could open some school boards up for the month of June.
We can't do it with COVID raging, but I expect COVID may drop off quite sharply. It may drop off very sharply by the end of May, and I want to be ready to have that conversation.
Furness has been studying the detailed international data for months now.
When we have seen the pattern in the UK and the pattern in Ireland, when they intervened, cases dropped sharply. We're doing that too, and we're adding vaccination. So although our interventions and our lockdowns are maybe not as effective as they could be, vaccination is a huge tool in our favor.
The other 2 important steps, according to Furness, vaccinate all teachers before June and roll out a much more robust, mandatory, asymptomatic, province-wide testing program. Virtual learning has been a challenge for many families. This is Liam Elsop. The video was sent to us by his mother, who says her son, who has bilateral hearing loss, has been left to fall through the cracks. His special preschool for children with hearing difficulties has been closed, even though special needs programs are supposed to be open.
Virtual learning is a disaster when, first of all, you have hearing loss. We've met with the superintendent, we've met with the head coordinator of the Deaf and Hard of Hearing program. We've been advocating and saying this cannot happen anymore, and it hasn't gotten anywhere. And we're not the only ones. There are many families whose children are who have special needs, and they're getting denied in person.
Once we get the okay from the Chief Medical Officer of Ontario to send them back, we're going to send them back.
The Minister of Education's office sent CityNews this statement today, which in part reads, "While we want all children to return to in-class learning, we will not take risks with Ontario children, youth, and education staff. Our foremost priority is the safety of our children." The Ford government has previously said schools must be the first thing to reopen, though Furness doesn't put a lot of stock into that promise.
I don't think they mean it. I don't think they understand it. I think we've seen schools open twice now, once in September and then once in February. In both cases, they opened up a whole bunch of things at the same time. We actually had to lobby to say, stop opening bars and restaurants. We need to open schools. We can't have it all.
Now, Furness notes that it's likely a long shot that we'll see schools reopen in hard-hit areas like Toronto and Peel before the end of June, though there could be a strong argument to reopen some schools to in-person learning in other parts of the province if we see a drop in test positivity rates. Time will tell.